Good morning, fabulous people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Anastasia, and this channel is all about giving you tips, tricks, and information to break from the society norms and to build the life of your dreams. Today, I'll share with you what it's like to travel Europe right now, and if you're planning a trip to Greece in the near future, I will share with you all the information that you need to consider before coming here. Now, before we get into all of this, please don't forget to smash whatever you need to do with that like button. That will truly help me so much. And if this channel resonates with you, I would be so grateful if you subscribe. All right, let's get to it. So here I am, sitting here physically in Santorini, Greece, ready to share with you what it is like traveling Europe and specifically traveling Greece right now. Things to expect prior to your arrival, at the airports, and then as soon as you land here. So I'm going to cover it all with you right now. All right, so let's get started with all the things you need to do prior to your departure. The first thing that you will need to do is 72 hours prior to the departure, you will need to do a test, which is honestly very easy, very quick process. Since my flight was leaving on Monday, I had to do my test over the weekend, and I was able to schedule it the very same day that I had to do the test. And honestly, the entire process was super easy, super quick. And as soon as I did the test, in about 3-4 hours, I was able to get the results online, print them out, and then take them with me to the airport. Now, another thing that you will have to do prior to the departure is to fill out a PLF form, which is just a general information about you, like your last name, your first name, date of birth, the address where you live in, the address where you'll be staying, any emergency contact information, things like that. So very, very basic and general. Now, if you're wondering where the heck can I find a PLF form, guys, it is honestly super easy. All you have to do is just go to Google, type in PLF Greece, and there it will be for you. Now, PLF form is actually something that you do not have to print out. But from my experience traveling internationally, I always say that it is always a good idea to have everything printed out. Now, you are probably wondering, what is the situation like in European airports? I know, I was wondering that too, because I have not been flying for a long time. So when I arrived to the airport, I was nervous/curious of the situation. Usually I arrive to the airport an hour and a half, 2 at most prior to my flight, but this time I wanted to be safe, so I arrived about 2.5-3 hours prior. But to my surprise, the airports were absolutely empty. Well, practically empty. I was in one Italian airport and then 2 Greek airports, and all of them were completely empty. Maybe me and another, I don't know, 4 or 5 people. Now, when it comes to what things were open and what things were closed at the airports, it's honestly based on the country. For example, in Italy, all the lounges, all the restaurants, all the stores, everything was open. As soon as I arrived to Greece, the situation changed right away. All the lounges were closed, duty-free was closed, restaurants were closed, everything. The only things that were open at the Greek airports were those snack bars where you could go and grab yourself a sandwich or some coffee, but you couldn't physically stay there. You actually had to take your sandwich and then go back to your gate and just have it there. Now, that situation at the airport actually gave me a very good preview of what to expect when I arrived to Greece. And yes, when I arrived here, everything was closed. Now, mind you that things change all the time, so of course when you are going to be traveling, the situation might be already different. But as of right now, everything is closed in Greece. We are talking about all the restaurants, all the bars, clothing stores, hair salons, everything. The only things that do remain open are pharmacies, grocery stores, dry cleaners. That's about it. Quick note about restaurant situation in Greece. So most restaurants in Greece are actually allowed to stay open and to offer takeouts, which is wonderful news. But on the other side, what I noticed traveling from one Greek island to another, that situation changes. I'll give you an example. When I was in Crete, most restaurants were closed. They weren't even offering takeouts. As soon as I arrived to Santorini, the situation was completely different. All the restaurants here are open and they do offer takeouts, which is just so wonderful because I missed my Mexican food and Thai food and Japanese and Italian, so it's just so wonderful to have places open here. Now, as soon as you arrive to Greece, they will have you self-quarantine for 7 days. There is no app, nothing like that you need to download, but you need to isolate yourself pretty much from the society for 7 days. And this is my current self-quarantine place, which, yes, definitely cannot complain. Now, finally, I wanted to address the traveling situation between Greek islands. So for those of you who actually come into Greece and want to visit more than one island, this is something for you to be aware of. As of right now, all the ferries are completely closed. So you cannot take a ferry to go from one island to another, which is of course very easy, very fast, and very cheap way to travel between the islands. Also, all the flights between Greek islands are limited. So what does that mean for you? I'll give you my example again. I was supposed to travel from Crete to Santorini, where I am right now. And usually it's just a very quick 40-minute flight. Well, not this time. So what I actually had to do, I had to fly from Crete to Athens and then stay in Athens for over 5 hours. And then from Athens, fly to Santorini. So a trip that was supposed to take me an hour took me the entire day, which I'm definitely not complaining about, but it's just something for you to be aware of if you're planning on traveling Greece this year. Alright guys, those were all of my traveling tips if you're planning on traveling Greece in 2021. Oh my god, that was a mouthful. And of course guys, please make sure that you're constantly checking, just seeing all the updates, because again, the situation does change all the time. All right, if you haven't done so, before you go, I would be so truly grateful if you give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, please make sure to subscribe to my channel because I just have so much useful information coming at you every single week. Thank you so much, fabulous, and I'll see you all in the next video.